In the last video, we saw Aileen waking up after Sejun helped save her life. She is really thankful, so she decides to give him a reward. She finds nothing worth giving to him in the treasure room. But then her attention goes to the black dragon statue that her grandfather gifted her on her 100th birthday. She contacts Sejun, who is relieved to hear that she is fine and he was not the reason behind the overload of her dragon heart. She tells him to go into an open space to call out her name so that she can give him a big and impressive gift. While hesitant, Sejun does as she says, and the giant dragon statue falls from the sky, almost crushing him under it. While he doesn't think that it is a useful gift, Aileen tells him that this statue can create water, so he doesn't have to worry about irrigating his fields anymore. On top of that, it even comes with a remote controller. As Sejun and his friends play with the statue, Kyung accidentally breaks its horn, but they manage to patch it up somehow before Aileen can see it. On the other side, the Silver Wolves led by Chieftain Elka were collecting the corpses of the Red Locusts on the 67th floor. Elka had even brought along his wife and son to get some field experience. He assured his anxious wife that they are completely safe right now because they know the attack pattern of the Red Locusts, and they won't attack them right now. Unfortunately, he is proved wrong as the Red Locusts attack them, and his son is saved by a lizardman warrior at the last moment. This chapter starts in the 99th floor, where it is the Blue Moon night, and Aileen is flying in the sky in her true form, while Sejun is sitting outside his house, fearlessly watching her. He is not alone as Kyung and the baby rabbits are with him too. Sejun exclaims that Aileen looks really pretty, and then remarks that it is the 9th blue moon already. Just then, Kyung's mom also arrives there, and she has not been affected by the energy of the blue moon either. Sejun asks her if she is okay and she tells him that thanks to the tower manager's power, the influence of the blue moon has vanished so she can easily maintain her sanity like the others. She sits next to them with a pile of the red locust flesh and says that Aileen is quite impressive, but that is to be expected of the tower manager. Sejun says that it is a relief that things turned out like this, and now they just have to wait for the blue moon's energy to permeate into the crops. Just then, the farmer rabbit couple comes running to inform him that some of the crops have turned blue. Sejun puts on his hat and says that they should get to harvesting those crops then. He goes to the farm where there are many more blue cherry tomatoes compared to previous times. They almost fill the chunky rabbit's cart, and another rabbit tells Sejun that the blue moon's energy has also some of the corns that were to be harvested soon blue. Sejun is surprised to hear that, and he gets up from the tomato field, thinking that it was time to harvest the corns naturally anyway. However, the result he sees in the cornfield is a bit underwhelming as there are just a total of 2 blue corns. Sejun decides to give them to Aileen because she can't eat the blue cherry tomatoes right now because her dragon heart is still in the process of stabilizing. Just then, he gets a message from Aileen who tells him that she is done with her patrol and she is quite exhausted now. Sejun tells her that she worked hard and she should be taking a nice rest. He gives her the 2 blue moon corns to her so that she can replenish her stamina. He tells her that she should not eat the blue cherry tomatoes because they may put too much stress on her heart that is still stabilizing, so she should take the corns for now. Aileen thanks him for the corns and tells him that she is going to sleep now. Sejun decides to harvest the remaining blue crops when suddenly, he turns around and sees a glowing red corn. Oh boy, here comes the good part. Sejun is surprised by the red glow and cautiously harvests the special corn cob. The system window pops up and tells him that he has harvested exploding stamina corn. It is followed by the usual messages about job and skill proficiency increase, but the special part is that he has earned the achievement of creating a new variety in the tower yet again. The information window of the exploding red corn reveals its details. When heat is applied to the corn, the kernels explode and expand to several times their original size. Upon consumption, this corn breaks down 30 grams of fat from the body and increases strength by 0.5 for 10 minutes, and this effect can be stacked up to 10 times in an hour. As a bonus effect, consuming this corpse makes one's hair fuller. It is a C-grade crop with a 90 days shelf life. The system tells Sejun that no one is allowed to cultivate this exploding stamina corn without his permission. He has reached the achievement of creating 3 new varieties in the tower, and rumors about him have spread to the Food Supplies Association. Well, Sejun freaks out on reading all this, especially the part about the exploding stamina corn making his hair fuller. He falls to his knees, thanking the tower for this, because this was something he badly needed. Kyung walks up to him and asks Sejun what is he doing. Sejun lifts up his hat and asks him what does he think about his hair. Kyung gives him a very honest answer and says that it is not cool. Sejun gets fired up and declares that they need to expand the fields right away. He says that starting tomorrow, everyone should focus on caring for the new variety of the corn. Kyung is brutally honest again and tells Sejun to acting so cringe because he looks even more uncool right now. Sejun doesn't listen to him and takes off a few kernels from the cob to be used as seeds. After that, he begins wondering about the description of the exploding corn that sounds awfully like your regular popcorn. He wonders how can he eat it, and decides to ask Flame about it. Once he goes to the cave to see Flame, he is taken aback to see that the apple tree has grown a lot, but its spirit form is still the same. Flame excitedly tells Sejun that she grew because of absorbing the blue moon's energy, and because of that she has got 3 new abilities also. Sejun is happy to hear that and asks her what are they. The first one is the Flame of Protection, and Flame decides to show Sejun how it is used. She creates a blue flame and sends it towards Sejun. As Sejun is covered by the flame, the system tells him that the Flame of Protection has seeped into his body, and for the next 3 hours, they will protect him from danger. Sejun holds the blue flame in his hand and finds that it is not hot at all, and Flame says that it will protect him. Sejun thanks her and says that she is very reliable, making her happy. After that, he comes to the main topic and asks Flame if she can heat up the exploding stamina corn for him. He tells her about the new crop variety and says that he doesn't know how to eat it. Flame has some ideas about what they can do it, and she tells Sejun that to eat it, he must heat it up without tearing the leaves. Following her instructions, Sejun covers the cob with its leaves and then ties it firmly at the open end. Flame then instructs him to hold it firmly in his hands because she is going to shoot fire at it. She tells Sejun that it won't even sting him because he is being protected by her Flame of Protection. She shoots her normal fire at it, and then suddenly the corn cob explodes and expands in size by multiple times. Sejun is taken aback as the corn becomes a pumpkin in his hand, and Flame tells him to open the tip slightly. As he opens the tip, he finds that it indeed became popcorn just like he expected. Sejun immediately calls Kyung and asks him to fetch some salt and sprinkles it on the popcorn, and then takes a handful to eat it. Well, it's still lacking butter, but it's not like Sejun can go and milk the minotaurs for that. Sejun likes the savory and crispy taste of the popcorns, and so do Kyung and the rabbits. Sejun ruffles Kyung's fur, saying that it looks more better, and Kyung replies that his hair also looked better. Sejun doesn't believe him and asks who taught him to lie like that. Just then, he hears a terrifying roar from outside the cave that scares him, and he drops the popcorn bucket on the ground. Sejun turns around, asking what is happening because Aileen should have put all the monsters to sleep already. Just then, the mama bear also comes to the cave and tells Sejun that he should come out of the cave immediately. Sejun goes out, and to his utmost horror, the corrupted Ents have arrived at his farm again. However, this time they are not just the branch scouts. This time they have more versatile species that have specialized as soldiers. There are the poison mist flower soldiers, and the sticky flower soldiers among them, and the army is as huge as ever. Sejun is afraid of fighting them, but Kyung and his mom get ready to fight. Sejun sighs, thinking that they would be able to relax after burning the forest of the Ents, but they appeared during the most troublesome timing. He says that for now, they will have to deal with them, and asks everyone to get a weapon. However, the Ents have not come without preparation either. The sticky flower soldiers shoot their sticky stuff towards Sejun's group, blowing out Taehyr torches with masterful precision. Sejun's hand is covered with the sticky slime as well, and they lose all the fire they had brought along. Just then, Sejun sees a purple smoke coming towards him, and the black rabbit drops kicks him away from the smoke, telling him not to breathe it at any cost. Sejun asks what is wrong with the smoke, and the black rabbit tells him that it is poisonous. Sejun freaks out, but the poison mist flower soldiers continue to spew out more of the purple gas. Sejun is sick of these new types of monsters already, but it is too early for him to despair, as the real danger comes into sight just then. Kyung tells Sejun to look ahead, because there is a corrupted Ent so huge that its feet are bigger than the large branch scouts. It towers above the normal Ents with its gigantic body, and the system window tells Sejun that it is a corrupted Ent that has absorbed the power of the blue moon, which makes him into a giant titan. Sejun freaks out on seeing this, and he complains that no one told him that the Ents could absorb the blue moon's energy too. Even Mama Bear thinks that taking on the giant tree monster will be too hard, and Sejun already knows that. He has lost all hope to win this battle, and wonders if this is the end for him. He thinks that he tried so hard, and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. Just then, he hears an unfamiliar voice calling him. Sejun turns around to see who is it, and the voice says that he will help him out. To his surprise, it is the black dragon statue that Aileen had gifted him that has come to the battlefield to help Sejun. Sejun can't believe that the dragon statue has a will of its own, but then the statue says that he is Anton Furtani, Aileen's dad. Everyone is shocked to hear that, especially Sejun, who can't believe that the statue turned into Aileen's father. Well, that's the end of the video. This one brought many surprises for us, including new crops and enemies. While I was hoping the red corn to be some kind of weaponized crop, it turned out to be popcorn with the powers of a shampoo. Now all that's left is to see how Aileen's dad, and potentially Sejun's future father-in-law helps in the battle. For that, we will have to wait for the next video. Till then, check out other videos on our channel, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss anything.